All right, I got some co-hosts up in here helping out. Okay. Okay, so I do have the Canadian. Do we have any Canadians up in here? I know Heather's here. I do have the Canadian pulled up. I'm mostly going to be covering US, but they're pretty much the same. And there are a couple of things that are pretty stellar on the Canadian one. And so if hopefully you plan on bringing in Canadians at some point, because first of all, they're awesome. And second of all, that is just an incredible area that Modere is definitely expanding in, but it's not real huge quite yet. So it's a lot of good opportunity, and Canadians like to earn money too, yo. So if you are Canadian and you need any help with anything, let us know, because we have a great video. Jennifer Piper Kennedy was gracious enough to meet with a couple of my leaders and team members to kind of explain some of the really neat things about Canada and the different ways that they onboard and everything. So there's more coming. She's going to be working with EOT, I think, and we're going to be stealing all of her crap. So it's a little symbiotic relationship there. Those of you who don't know, Jennifer Piper Kennedy is the biggest leader in Canada. She's one of the top leaders in the company, and it was very, very exciting for her to sit down and do that with us. It's like a little private fireside chat. All right, I don't have any water with me. I'm going to, hold on, let me make sure my screen isn't like totally a mess. I'll pull this up really quick. Okay. We got so quiet.
So quiet. I'm going to interrupt.
Go for it.
To continue the Canadian conversation. Yeah. I know American football isn't like a huge deal in Canada, but y'all, there was like a whole ass commercial saying how awesome Canadians are for the Super Bowl. It was awesome. I was like, oh my gosh, I know some of these awesome people. It was really cool.
I know Canadians. Okay, so hopefully you've seen this before, our comp plan, but I know, listen, first of all, in my first business, I didn't even know what a comp plan was. Most of the time, in most businesses, you don't really understand the comp plan until it starts to hurt you. Here, what I've found is that every time I'm just like blown away by our comp plan. So what the purpose is here is to help you guys see it, because it is so beautifully put together in such a way that you are encouraged to help other people succeed. And it's not like, what I love so much about our comp plan is it's not, I'm never like, hey, can you need to get to this. I need you to get this title. It's never that. It's, did you know you're one order away, one trim away, one biocell away from earning more money, and it's a significant amount. So, and if they are like, yeah, no, I'm done for the month, that's fine. But you're never asking people to do anything for you. It's about helping people reach that next level. And oftentimes it's really not much that they need to do to get there. So if I'm looking at my numbers at the end of the month, it's to see if anybody is missing something and could get paid more. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a lot more. So here we go. I won't read this all to you. Okay, so we all know that, at consultant, you start off. Sorry. Okay, career path. This is your builder titles, obviously. Here are your promoter titles. So we have those two sides of the comp plan. We're kind of checking both throughout the month, or if you're just promoting, if you just want to sell the products, that's fine. And I'm going to go over a couple of different examples of ways to earn. So our customer pod bonus, first of all, of course, that promoter level, you're getting the daily pay of 10%, right? So every day, daily pay 10%. When you hit bronze, that's 5 active customers and the bonus up to 18%, which is again, a sizable amount. So when you go through this, if somebody has 3 customers and 420 points, and you point out to them that they can jump to bronze, do that math for them, you guys, because it's significant, you know, and not everybody is trying to earn $10,000 a month, but $200 as opposed to $90 is way worth asking a couple of people if they're interested in the business, or not the business, the products. So at that bronze, you're also getting the $50 shopping credit, which is amazing, so that you can start to cover your own stuff. And I'm sorry if I'm starting at like the remedial level here, but I want to make it really clear for anybody who may be watching this otherwise and don't know anything about the comp plan. So
Katie,
again,
can I interrupt really quickly? Can you just talk through quickly? You mentioned daily pay, and you do have to be qualified to get your daily pay. So do you mind just touching on that really quickly?
yeah, so to be qualified to get your daily pay, if you signed with an XM, then you set up your smart ship and it'll guide you to do that 75-point smart ship. So with the 75-point smart ship, hopefully at the beginning of the month, that way you're qualified for the rest of the month to get your daily pay. You can also qualify by having $150 in customer orders. Is that the same for Canada? The qualification?
Activity points.
Activity points, yeah. So you can get it that way, but most of us, if you're selling the products, you probably want to be using them, right? And the beauty of this is that you're earning credits. So we know that like the average marketer here sells roughly 1,000 points, which again, sometimes people are like, well, that's not very much. It actually really is. When I took the average of my last team, like when I took the actual average of 1,300 people, the average sales were $267, which means that people weren't making any money because they were simply putting in their engagement order, likely for themselves. So that's actually a loss, right? Here, the average marketer has at least 5 customers and 1,000. That's the average across the entire company. That means on average, we're making about 190% more within the company than any other company when you look at the average person who comes in. And that is a blessing. That is amazing. So at that silver level, they're now earning 20% every day. And they'll get the $75 in credits, which will pay for next month's order, right, on their smart ship. So what I love about this, you guys, and what's important to note, especially as you bring people in, is that it's kind of like this amazing ladder that they create. So how many of you guys have had a new marketer, or maybe you're brand new, you come in, you get your first 5 customers, you're like, I'm bronze, but you're actually at 820 points. You're technically closer to silver, and you don't even need any more customers to get there. So it's like this beautiful kind of back and forth that gives you a very solid goal. And I love that. So I can easily go to somebody, and whether they're like, hey, I need to make $1,000 this month, or I need to make $300 this month, we can look at their back office, we can look at where they're at, and it's like, okay, sell 2 of these packages, or I'll give you a couple different packages that will get you there, right? So they have 6 customers, 820 points. You can say, you know, you just need 1 more order of inside out package or the lean body system, and you're going to get there. And then you're up to 20% and $75. So one thing that I want to make sure everybody's aware of, and again, you may already know all of this, is that while daily pay is going to be based on the promoter level that you're at. So if like right now, say you're at gold, you're getting 22% of your orders today. However, if you end at platinum 2, 34%, then in your last paycheck, in like the month's end paycheck, you're going to get all of that, every order, you're going to get made up to that 34%. So you will get paid the 34%. It just doesn't come until the end of the month, which is also very cool. Okay. So this, you guys, this is my favorite. It sounds so silly. This is my favorite part of our comp plan. It is sizable. Okay. It means like, this is where you should be encouraged to help people succeed. because they're earning more money and you get bonuses based on this. This is wild, y'all. I mean, like coming from where I came from, this is like blow my mind, incredible. So on your team, every single person, and this again, it's going to pay to the team leader, to the director above, and the elite leader. So say you're in here right now, you're a director, you have a team leader under you, and they've got somebody who hits platinum 1. Okay. So the team leader and you as the director and the elite leader are all going to get paid these bonuses, the exact same. This is encouraging you and rewarding you for helping people build their customer pods. This is this is a huge part of how, I guess you have built something, but it's designed so that you offer the support to other people to get them started. And again, the system is totally clear, right? We already have the onboarding done. There's not a whole bunch that you have to do to help people, get them on these calls so they can ask questions and just support them, And if they're like, hey, I'm looking at this, it doesn't make sense. You look in the back office and you say, this is what you need to do. We have access to every single person on our team's back office to help them with these things. So these bonuses stack, meaning that if I've got a platinum 2, say, I'm going to get $10 when they hit silver, 15 more when they hit gold, another 40 when they hit platinum, then 60, then 75, you guys. That's $200 for platinum 3. And that's every single person on your team. These buildable bonuses, like what? So I'm going to show you, like I said, again, this is not my current paycheck because we know there is a little bit of a recession going on right now, but I'm going to show you what this bonus looks like. So my promoter development bonus this month was $3,300. That was because so many people, so you'll see, you get these stacking commissions. Tell me that that's wild. Tell me you don't think that that's wild. This is designed so that you can come in, help other people. If you have people on your team, earn more money. And it's not hard, right? We've got it all. We've got the playbook. We've got everything that they need, all the graphics, everything there is to be successful. And as you do that, as you support them, you're continuing to get these bonuses. And it's like, I still on my team, because there's not another elite yet, I earn all of these bonuses on everybody when anybody, and it's like, I don't even want that, but I'll take it, right? It's amazing. So this bonus alone, I think it goes overlooked, but I think it's the most important one because as you bring people in, it's just one of the many examples of how we get rewarded for helping people succeed. Does it make you excited? Okay. Do you guys have any questions on that? And so this, hold on, I want to make sure that I'm right. Okay, so this pays through the enrollment structure. So anytime that something pays through enrollment structure, it means that it's not going to pay if somebody is placed under you. All right. So what that means to me is you don't place somebody and just let them go bye-bye. All right. Placements can occur and it's amazing. And we're going to talk about placements, but the way that placements are great is that it's going to totally benefit the person that someone's placed under, and it can absolutely benefit the person who is placed in a number of different ways, right? Because they can get that extra leadership. They are actually in a place where if they're slaying and they bring somebody in, that enroller who they've been placed under is probably more likely to place somebody under them than the top leader, right? So it puts everybody in a really great position. And it's another great part of the program, but I do want to talk about placement in a little bit. Okay, so we know the first order bonus, you're getting $120 anytime somebody signs with an XM. That can add up quickly. We're all aware of that. And it's pretty amazing because in many companies, you don't earn anything off of somebody's enrollment package. So again, this is a bonus and it's pretty awesome. And then our team builder bonuses. So again, these are our team builder bonuses. So every time that you hit team leader, you're getting $100 bonus every month. Again, something very different from others where it's kind of like a one-time congratulations bonus. You're getting that every single month that you hit that level and, you know, and then above all the way up to 3,000. So when you hit elite, it's a little bit different because it's like it's a switch off what's going to be more. And typically it's going to be the leadership development bonus that's going to be worth more money. You're not going to complain about it. I'll tell you that much. We can look at my, oops, I don't know what that is. Where is, there we go. Okay, so leadership development bonus. Was 868. Hold on. Okay, so I got 1,600 for the team builder bonus. I don't know. I guess you get all of it. This is one of those things that I don't completely understand. It says leadership development bonus or the monthly team bonus. So I think that it's under the same thing, but because it was more for me to get the leadership development bonus, that was why it was a little bit more than the 1,500. The biggest thing to note is that every time you hit these levels, you're getting paid every month that bonus, and that is amazing. And it's going to be at least these numbers. Any questions?
No, but I have a comment that I'll never forget. When you and I first started, I was at my parents' house and I called you. I'm like, why do we keep getting paid? Why do we keep getting these emails and these
What
things?
is all this money?
And we're like, we don't know. I don't know, but we'll take it. We just kept getting these emails that we got paid. We got paid.
My second month, you guys, I like cried, but it was like out of fear. I was like, they messed something up. Something got screwed up. They're going to take this money back. Because, you know, I didn't start my first business, especially to earn anything more than like maybe $100 if I was lucky. So to have a comp plan like this, after having seen a comp plan that was very difficult and you were not rewarded for helping people. And that's what I wanted to do as a leader. That is what we should want to do, right? So to get to be here, help people succeed, and then also be rewarded for that it's exceptional. It's so much fun. So, okay. So here as a sales consultant or a senior consultant, you're earning 4% on your commissionable downline, which does pay through the placement structure, which is wild. That was something that I did not think was real. I'll tell you the two biggest shocks of my life in this comp plan, and they are in this picture. So one, I thought that when somebody was placed, that it was just the organizational points that were going to help that person promote. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's awesome. We can do that. When I found out that I was paid the commissional volume on that group and the leader who had that placement would also get paid on that commissionable volume, that's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. And I text Todd, who's like the elite kind of corporate guy. And I was like, can you verify this? And he was like, yeah, no, that's how it works. And I'm like, well, that's stupid, but I mean, I'll take it. He's like, I know, it's really wild. So that is like, I don't know. It's really neat. It means that if you've had placement, you've been blessed in a great way. And if you place people, you're also getting to bless somebody. Yes, Sarah, my darling, I love you.
Can I just ask a quick question on that? When you place bonus thing,
Mhm.
the person that you place under though, they need to be doing something, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah. So, and if they aren't, then it just goes to you. That's like what's going on with,
Yeah.
that one thing. Okay. I just want to clarify that. They have to at least is it silver team leader or just at least
No,
have
so
blue
she would be earning, so Sarah has an influencer that's under another girl. And if she were at senior consultant, then she would be earning 4%. If she could get herself to team leader, she'd be earning 7%, which is a sizable difference when you have an influencer sharing products and getting high sales. So again, you guys, this payout structure is amazing. I've yet to seen one so clean and so generous. To earn 7% on your first 3 levels, that's not just a person, okay? That's based on senior consultants. So if you want to consider it a breakaway, it's really not, but you're earning 7% on those first 3 levels. And the thing that creates a level is a senior consultant. So when you're looking at 8 generations, really what you're looking at is more like 34 generations, which is as far as like humans are concerned. So it takes, I don't have 8 levels. I don't even have close to 8 levels yet. So again, you can see at each, this is your builder title. At each builder title, these are the commissions that you're earning on your downline. So we'll look again at this. Oops, that's not what we want. It's called the unilevel bonus. This month it was $7,000. And if you don't know, when you're looking at your back office, you can just click this. You can download it too. You can click this and go down through everything. Okay, so now to the one that blew my mind. All right, because again, I thought I understood, but I didn't. This 4 and more bonus. So you're getting paid these commissions on your top 3 lines, okay? And if you're looking at the builder side and you're like, I want to get to elite 3, I want to get to elite black. I'm not even there yet. Like, I'm not even like, I look at those to see basically if you click through, if you're like a director, you're gunning for elite, it's a good thing to click through and see what the requirements are for elite black, because it's going to give you an idea of the best ways to like structure your organization. That though is like something that you're going to want to connect with an elite or myself. I love looking at back offices and strategizing these things. There's different strategies. I'm not going to lie. Like some people only build 3 lines. And so they're placing everybody all the time. You don't want to place people too low. Again, we can talk about placement, but that is something that like, don't just go in your back office and start placing people all over the place. Have a conversation so that you can understand it a little bit better. Okay, so what I didn't understand, I thought that after your top 3 lines, then any additional line you only got paid 4% on. And I was like, oh, well, that's cool. It's plus 4%. So outside of those top 3 leaders, any other leaders, so let's say you've got 3 like solid elite lines going. Then you get another line that's going and they're like looking for D2 elite. You're going to earn 11% on those top 3 levels, 9%, and then 8%. That is unreal. That is unreal, you guys. My last comp plan started at 5%. Our breakaways destroyed me. And then it went down to like 2% all the way down to 0.5%. And it stopped at level 5. So I don't know what companies you guys come from, but I guarantee you it doesn't have a payout structure like this. It's beautiful. So that is an actual plus sign next to that percentage. And that means that if you're building wide, that's great. You've got a bunch of front lines. If you've decided not to like place some of them, that's totally fine. You have 60 days to decide if somebody is going to, you know, benefit from being moved somewhere. But if you're building wide, that's totally okay, because those top 3 levels, you're going to be getting the 7%, still awesome. And then anything else, you're going to be getting the plus 4%. Now, this bonus happens at elite, the 4 and more bonus, from what I understand. And this is also through the placement structure. So again, when it says enrollment structure, that means you're personally enrolling. This is through the placement structure. So anybody who is placed with another line and has 3 solid lines, they're going to be getting that 11% on them. What the heck? What the heck? Okay, so again, this just describes how typically it's about 4 levels before a senior consultant, and why it's this generational thing is like far bigger than just 8 people. Because we know, as Justin always says, like there are connectors. There are some people who are just going to, you know, be at silver and they're stoked on that. And then they connect somebody else who is just like total go-getter and going to slay. So, you know, with that, the generation is pretty amazing. Okay. So we also get title matching. This is your leader development bonus. So and again, this pays to multiple levels, which is wild. So you're getting a matching percentage on the bonus that each of these people in your organization receive. Okay, so you're not getting like 18% of their commission, I don't think. Hold on. Oh yeah, okay. So you're getting, yeah, based on generational unilevel commissions. Like, listen, if this is scaring you, this has been going strong for a long time. And the way that our program is designed, the way that, you know, people want to know, why don't we have a 36% discount coming in? Because we are not a discount program. We are not a discount company. We're not an internal consumption company. 85% of the revenue that come into this business come from customers. And that is amazing. And it's because of the different levels on the promoter side that there is money to then pour into people who are helping to develop more. It's awesome. So again, this is where, as a leader, you're wanting to help your leaders get to team leader, senior team leader, director 1. And, you know, for me, it's like, because I want them to see the money. Like I want them to be successful. When people ask me what my goal is 3 elites on my team. Am I going to benefit from that financially? Yeah, but like I consider it's more about how you guys are going to benefit from that financially. It's so exciting to see people winning. So you're getting these percentages of what these different level leaders are earning in their unilevel bonus. So, you know, to give you an example of that, my elites, I got the 7,000, right? My elite 3 earned 18% of that. So, and you know, she has more elites on her team. So that was a $1,260 bonus for her. What the heck, right? It's beautiful. Once again, we're helping develop people. We're helping them get where they want on the promoter side, helping them get where they want in the leadership. And everybody wins, like everybody wins. Nobody's being taken advantage of. Nobody's earning a ton off of somebody else for no reason. It's exceptional. Okay, so that is pretty much it we can go into, I'm going to show you a couple of examples that I recently created. Don't mind my ID. Please don't steal my identity, although it wouldn't be the worst thing for me. So these were a couple examples that I created recently. And this first one is, the example is somebody who has a team who's coming in and wants to build an organization and wants to do both the promoter side and the builder side. So I have that person come in and selling 3,000 in their first month. Is this hard? I would say that for somebody who's never sold anything, I would have them going for silver or gold for sure, but platinum for somebody who has connections, has a network, is absolutely doable, right? So they come in that month, we're going to say that they sell 3,000, and then they bring in eight team members. So they're getting that fast start bonus, bringing in those 8 team members with an XM package, which, I get that not everybody is going to sign with an XM package. The way that I look at this business, though, personally, is it's a business, and I'm very upfront about that. When people say, like, should I sign up for the discount? I say no. I want people to come in here with the express plan to earn money and share, even if that's, to get to silver, that's fine, but they have to want to come in here and share the products. So with that, I start them with the XM package because we know that that is the best way to get started. There are huge benefits. There's the free ticket to conference. There's the $200 in credits. It's really a no-brainer for somebody who's wanting to start a business. And I'll also tell you that I would not suggest that you offer your earnings, but when somebody comes to me and they're like, I just really can't afford it, but I want to get started on the XM, and I know I have a couple of friends who want to do this with me, I would rather give them the $100 rebate, the $50 rebate, whatever's going to make the most sense, maybe the $120 rebate. I would rather do that and help them get started than have them start with one of the more basic packages and not have the opportunity to earn all of that. So it's up to you. This is your business, and it's just an option. All right. So it's a $960 bonus if you bring in these 8 people, let's say. So I have every single person here selling 1,000. And the way that I can do that with confidence is because I know that plenty of them are going to sell far more than 1,000. I mean, so many of the people on my team blew out what they were able to sell in their previous company. And so we're just averaging lowball 1,000 for each person, 5 customers, 1,000 customer points. This, you guys, is still possible for somebody who wants to come in this month, without a doubt. Both of these things, especially when we have this launch coming in 7 days, which I cannot wait for. So I have everybody who is white at 1,000, and then we've got 2 golds here, our gold shining stars. So the customer pod bonus, which is the bonus that you get for each person hitting different ranks, for this top person comes out to $900. So they've earned $960 on all the XMs, just their personally enrolled XMs. Then $900 for all of these people hitting their silvers and golds. Okay. See how that added up? Now your customer volume sales, getting that 7%. You're at director 2 at the top of this organization. And look, this isn't just about somebody coming in. It's like you can strive for this. If you're looking for director 2, hitting director 2, this is a good image of what you could potentially build. And you can mix it around. You can move things around. It's no big deal. You can do this with only 4 people. We know that. You can max our comp plan having only sponsored 3 people. Max it, go to elite. But this is just an example, like I said. So you're earning $1,680 on your customer volume and your unilevel bonus. Then your monthly leader bonus, because you've hit D2, is $750 every month that you hit D2. And your promoter development bonus for those who have hit team leader is going to be $250. So that total is $45.40. Note that if you take this group here and you move them over under this person, they're then at director 1. And this person's paycheck through this is like $3,200. Amazing. This guy's making some good money too. I just didn't figure it out. So lots of different ways that can, you know, benefit you by earning more on the bonus. Then I think that's pretty much it. Okay. Do you guys have any questions? Sorry, I haven't been looking at the chat. Yeah, and yeah, if you pay back that 120, it's a tax write-off for business, promotional. I'm just checking through. Yay, Lauren. I know it is mind-blowing. It really is. Yeah, Cassie. So, I mean, the way that that works is that, of course, there's going to be down months and bigger months. However, because of the subscription, because of the pod building, we don't have this like back to zero and everybody has to go figure out how they're going to sell anything that month again, right? I buy, and I have a strong customer pod. It was really, really big at one point. I won't talk about what happened. But I have a very strong customer pod, and it's wild to me that without anything on, you know, the third day of the month, I'm already at $2,500 in sales because of everybody being on subscription. So as long as, you know, I think one of the most important things that we can do as a leader and as just a marketer is helping people really understand the benefit of subscribe and save, talking to them about how they can share their codes. I know this is silly, but it's just so interesting. Lately, I've worked with a couple of different people and they're like, okay, where are my codes? What can I share? And they're like, do you have any graphics? And I'm like, yeah, easy. I'm in boards. And it's just like, here's some graphics. And then they start sharing. And I'm like, this is it's so amazing. You know, I had another customer who said, I don't really want to sell things, but maybe I will, maybe I won't. And I was like, honestly, you can just get your products for free sharing, you know, and that way, if she decides to come and do the business, that's great. But I'm no way, shape, or form going to pressure her into coming and doing this because I know her value to me as a customer is far greater. And if she's going to share, amen. That's amazing. Would you be willing to look? Yes, absolutely. I love looking through people's businesses. So, okay. So this example is someone who comes in and they are not building any team. And this is in Canadian, but it's pretty similar. And so just the conversation came up like, hey, maybe somebody they don't have any experience and they're like, I don't want a team build. That's exactly what I said when I first started with my first company. I was like, no join my team messages. It's not going to happen. You guys, if you focus on platinum 1, platinum 2, I have a couple of leaders right now who are like, I just want to hit platinum black. Anybody can do that with it. I will tell you about my personal results with this new product in a moment because I could cry. It seems unbelievable, honestly, but this new product is going to be viral because it's going to change how people feel and they're going to talk about it. The customer sharing is going to be off the charts. I believe that. And I don't know. I'm right about these things. It's that good. I just sent it to my friend who's a doctor, very well-versed and super holistic, although she's like an anesthesiologist. She cares about this stuff. And she's like, this is amazing. So if you're not excited about it, like get excited about it. I honestly can't believe it. I can't believe that we get to share it. It's that good. Okay. So this is somebody who comes in and they're just like, I just want to share the products. And you're like, hey, guess what? You can slay here just by sharing the products. And for those of you who want to build team, but you're like, I'm really just good at sharing products. Do you want to know what happens when you share products? People want to do what you're doing. You can let that happen naturally and you can feel good about it. If it doesn't feel right to you to like find people to join you all the time, don't. You don't have to pivot every conversation. Share the great products. Your business will build, and it's going to build because you're being authentic to yourself. And you're being authentic sharing the products. I love this business. Okay, so this person just comes in and she's like, I'm going to slay it. She calls all of her sisters and her mom, and they're like, yeah, we want to try it. Oh, what's that spoon thing? She goes ahead and gets 17 new customers, right? 3 of them figure out that they would like to share their codes. Just 3 of them. Okay. And because this girl shared a code, her friend is like, wait, do I have a code? I want to share my code too. I get $20 back. Hallelujah, I'm in. This is just a very small example of that code sharing. And again, you guys, I think that there's a big difference, and you can do this any way that you want. I don't ask people to post on their page for me because I don't like the way that that feels. But I open a conversation in a way that they're like, oh, what if again, I'm not trying to like manipulate the conversation, but I'm like, this is how you can do it. And if you share these codes, and typically they'll be like, can I post it in my stories? Is that allowed? Can I? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. It's your affiliate link. Tell people that you have 3 $20 off codes, get them out there. And again, when that sharing takes place, it becomes, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like contagious, you know? If my friend shares a code with me, I get $20 off. She's like, and I get $20 in credits. I'm like, oh, so I can share my codes. So you helping your first time customers understand that code sharing and them then sharing their codes is that person's gonna turn around and wanna share their codes as well, right? So they're gonna talk about it. I got $60 off for next month, plus another 20. They're gonna start talking about it. They're gonna share it. They get excited when they hear that they always have a $10 code to share. And if you don't know that when somebody shares a code, any kind of code, and that friend of theirs signs on subscription, they're getting $10 every month that subscription runs. It's not just that one time. Like, well, so what's even better in that, well, I don't know if it's even better, that there is a cap on that. Okay. And I want to explain that because a lot of times people are like, oh, there's a cap. Okay. The cap is a good thing. First of all, there has to be a cap because if the company pays out more than $599 to somebody, even in credits, now they're a 1099 employee. So that cap is there for financial reasons. Somebody who's a customer does not want to be, they don't want to be liable for taxes, right? This is like, I've been going on a tangent over this. So, I mean, listen, there's ways around it. In this company, there's no like cheating or anything. You can obviously create a customer account under yourself. They could create a customer account for their husband under themselves and just keep on sharing on, keep on keeping on. So there are ways around that. If this person is just like, I'm a big time sharer, I love these products, I want to keep getting this huge discount. Cool, awesome, great. It's also time for that conversation of like, look, you know how many people you shared with to get those $600 in credits? Do you think that you would want to earn the money? And again, that's not to pivot. It's not to talk somebody into the business, but it's just to say, this is what you've done for me. Would you be interested in doing it? You know, because your credits have run out. They're like, no, I just like making you a lot of money. Stellar. Let's, you know, create a new account for you. Okay. So again, this person, you guys, sharing with 17 people, helping people share codes, those people sharing codes. And we know that this can become like, you can get customer pods that just grow and grow and grow. And I've had two now who have built massive customer pods. I'm always like, what are you doing? Why are you making me so much money? How are you doing this? It's really, really neat when customers start sharing codes. It's one of the great benefits of our business. And it's probably one of the things that we can do, we can focus on and really see the benefit of, and one of the best things we can do. And again, we're helping them get credits. We're helping them get their products for free, and it's building your business. And we're honoring them as customers. So this is, let's see, they get the achiever bonus. That's $300 in US, I think. Oh, no, wait, the achiever bonus is the February bonus. So with this, they would get an additional $300 in Canada because they've reached team leader. Did you know that Canadians, and this is important, this is not for you to be like, what, that's not fair. It's not. Like, this means that when you bring a Canadian in, they can hit team leader all by themselves. It's awesome. I love it. I know, don't ever not, that's not fair to a Canadian. Amen. They also have double collagen in their collagen, which is like, it's fine though. I get double collagen because I snack on the stupid chocolates all day long. They're so good. I hated the other ones. I love these so much. Okay, so I digress. So this is because she brought brand new volume to her team and her business this month. She would get a $390 bonus. In Canadian, it's 300 in US. I do want to add that in February, this person earning 4540 would also get a $2,000 bonus because all this 35,000 in org volume is brand new. And we have that crazy awesome bonus structure right now. Wild, just wild. Somebody could come in. And I mean, most people would be just shocked to be able to come in and earn over $1,000, right? But for those with like organizations, they're not happy, they want to leave, to be able to come in and earn 6,500 in your first month is pretty exceptional. And when you look at this, it is not complicated. Okay, so again, this is a $1,500 check. That includes the 390, I think, and then $100 product credit for hitting, I don't remember what I had her at, probably platinum, or maybe I had her at silver, I don't know. No, she had 17 customers, total customer volume. So she's at platinum. So again, you guys, like, I want one of the best things when somebody comes to you and they're like, this is the amount of money that I want to earn. So maybe they're like, I need to make $400 a month. Like, that's what I need for my family right now. It's going to cover, you know, daycare once a week. It's going to cover, I know that won't cover daycare, but you know, this is the amount of money that I need to make. You can look at your comp plan, you can look at these things, and you can determine not just one way that they can do it, but multiple different ways that they can achieve that based on what it is that they are comfortable doing. Okay, let's focus on getting 20 customers and earning you $1,000 through your sales. 20 customers, that's not a ton of people. You know, if they're like, yeah, I have some friends who I think would be interested in this. Okay, let's try and sign 3 people, right? And 310, we know that if people come in and there are massive teams here and all they train on is 3 team members, 10 new customer orders. That will grow you an elite business in no time if you truly just stick to 3 team members, 10 customer orders. But that is also going to seem like a lot to a lot of people who haven't gone out and recruited. And God, while I can have big months of team building, I also have plenty of months of not team building. You know, we go through these seasons, and sometimes I just want to focus on, I don't know, podcasting and keeping my customers interested in something. So nope, I think I'm done without, and then we can just go to questions if you guys have questions. Yes, it goes on indefinitely, forever and ever. The only time that it gets cut off is if somebody decides to be a marketer. So, if you have a customer pod and let's say, down the line, one friend shares her code with 4 friends, those are all your customers, you're earning the same amount on all of them as if you had brought them in and signed them up yourself. Your customer pod, if like one of her friends is sharing with a bunch of people, if she decides to be a marketer, those people who she shared her code with and on, they're going to move up into her business, which I personally love that. I think it's a beautiful piece of the comp plan, and especially if that person wants to come in and run the business, which again, we're going to have that conversation. But it's really neat that like they've been building your business, but then if they decide to start a business, they've really built that, so it's theirs. So I hope that you can see that as a really positive part of the comp plan, because I do. Plus, in my last business, I would just be like, take them, they're all your friends. And then I really didn't actually benefit from that at all. Any other questions? Anything? Nothing off limits?
I have nothing about the comp plan, but are you going to talk about the new product and maybe as it relates to your?
Oh, yeah, I'll tell you my experience is, it's really wild, you guys. So I have endometriosis. I've had 4 surgeries for it. I like literally after my 3rd surgery, my doctor was like, just get pregnant and breastfeed and keep getting pregnant and breastfeeding forever, and then get a hysterectomy. And I didn't want a hysterectomy. So I've just kind of dealt with it. Lately though, I'm 39. My periods have been, they're still like in the normal like range of time, but my periods have been like 9 days long, which is miserable. And I've had really a lot of hot flashes. I don't sleep. Like any of my people on here will be like, yeah, no, she doesn't sleep. She just clicks on her computer all night long. I'm really bad sleeper. So I started it this month during my period, or on the first day of my period. My period was 3 days long. It was like 3.5 days long, and it was light. Like, I mean, like there was flow. There was like one day that was like, not fun to pull my cup out. But other than that, it was light, and it was 3.5 days long. I'm like, that's weird. Like it was weird. I'm like, that can't be this. I've been sleeping. I haven't had any like I like fall asleep before my husband, like with the television on. I don't even know. Like that is not, that I'm not capable of that normally. I cannot fall asleep before 11:30. Like that to me is like one of the most beautiful things in the world. And like, and I'm waking up on my own early. I don't want to say what time I'm supposed to wake up in the morning because it'll make people feel like I worked with a coach, and he worked hard on helping me find like my optimal time of waking up. So if I wake up at 6:15, I want to die. Okay. If I wake up at 7, I want to die. But for whatever reason with my sleep cycles, if I wake up at like 5:30 or 5:45, I'm ready to go. And that's just based on sleep cycles. So I've been waking up at 5:30 and I'm like ready to go. Like got up, cleaned the kitchen. And that to me is like, my body is fixing itself right now. And so I know they said to wait, and that with the menstrual cycle, it can take a while. And I think what that really, the reason for that has a lot to do with just like getting to see what your cycles are like and compare them. But I can say firsthand that I absolutely know that this is hormonal and being fixed. Like I didn't have any, I get really bad cystic acne, like really, really bad, horrible, embarrassing hurts. I haven't had any cystic acne this month. And I know that the menopausal formula is changing things for people within a matter of days. So I can't wait to see the clinicals. I already know that they're going to be absolutely incredible. And again, it's one of those things when you look at the ingredients. I was reading the ingredients to a couple of different, highly knowledgeable. One was a doctor. My niece is a naturopath doctor up in Oregon, and they're like, oh yeah, that stuff is perfect. That's really important. You should have a lot of zinc at this time in your period. Like, it is formulated beautifully. Stephanie? Are you there? Or are you just waving at us?
Okay. Hi. So sorry. I just want to quickly say on this that I am like on like day 12 of the menstrual products. And I feel like I'm 44. I'm pretty sure I'm perimenopausal, but I got a period and I said, screw it, I'm going to take the menstrual because that's what I had. And I felt really incredible changes, but I wanted to pop on because I'm a recovering alcoholic. I am an addict, like of all the things. And the only thing that I really partake in these days is marijuana. And since starting this, I have seen an incredible reduction in my urges and my cravings, to the point that I was like, I must be crazy. Like, this is insane. This
It must
can't
be crazy
true.
because I don't feel crazy.
Like this, there's no way that this product could be making me want to smoke pot less. Like, it just can't. An actual documented link, a large link between addictive behavior and hormones. And the National Institute of Health did a huge study on it. I'm mind blown, like just totally mind blown. I don't even know why I'm surprised, because we're finding out hormones are to everything. So I shouldn't be surprised. But if I have info on this, if you're interested in the article, I found it incredibly interesting. And so anyway, I had to add that because I thought I was crazy that there can't be a link between hormones and addiction, and there freaking is. And I am feeling it. Like, I'm seeing it every day and I can't even believe it.
I love it.
That
I
is
love
thank you.
it. Yeah, feeling good on your own is, you really can't put a price on that, you know? It was funny because I did a poll and asked, like, I said, like, my hormones are perfectly balanced, true or false? And there were like a million falses, right? And then there was one dude who said true. And I was like, okay, we're not talking to you, dude. Like, so funny. But it's, I think that everybody, it's like, I think that here's the thing, we want to blame everything on hormones, right? But we have every right to, because we do not get what we need from diet in order for our pituitary gland to produce the correct amounts of hormones. And what's really sad, and I can go on a tangent on this, but I will not today. What's really sad though, is that so many people, and if you've ever had this, I have many times, will go and get their blood drawn. And it's like, oh yeah, you're in the normal ranges. You're in the normal ranges. Well, that's different for everybody. And when you go to a specialist, they'll go, yeah, you're low here, even though you're in the normal range, like this isn't good. And especially when this is high, and our hormones are finicky and they're difficult and they cause that sleep. Well, guess what? If you're not sleeping, then you have high cortisol levels. High cortisol levels are then going to affect how you hold on to weight. I mean, everything is so connected. And, you know, I'm not saying that we're going to go cure the world, but to be able to have something that is going to naturally support solid, balanced hormone production is incredible. It's incredible. I could cry about it. I will at some point, I'm sure, but that's not this call. I went to therapy yesterday and I was like, I'm not going to cry. And then I totally cried my eyes out. Oh gosh. All right. Okay. Are there any other questions, you guys? I mean, I think that like really what I wanted to get through the most was that there are probably pieces of this comp plan that you knew nothing about, and that's okay, you know, but it should hopefully have you striving to not just what you want to do in your business, but how you get to help other people do great things in their business. And you're never going to be cut short for that. Like, this is a complete comp plan that really supports everyone in any stage, wherever they want to be and however much they want to make. It's amazing.
This is what I learned. Well, first, Justin's, I think it's still up on YouTube. His, it's like 22 minutes or something about the comp plan, is really an exceptional watch. But what I learned is, like, if you've done direct sales before, you'll understand maybe like the first 9 to 11 minutes, you'll be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And then suddenly you'll be like, well, no idea what he's talking about. And then as you progress with the company and like, oh, I want to work towards this goal, I want to work towards, then suddenly you understand maybe like 30 more seconds of the video. And as you go along, like you understand more and more. And so suddenly now I get the whole friggin' thing for a second. And then you're like, wait, what's that?
And it's always easy. Like, I love the way that they break it down, because you can see, and you can see every single person who in each area that is like what that counts for. So even though it can be tedious, but if you're like, okay, I don't understand, you can go through. And I mean, like, Jerica and I were looking at some things. I had all of her comp plans like printed out and all over my kitchen table to like, but it's there to figure out, you know? Yeah.
But if you can't figure it out right now, it's okay, because it'll make sense.
Yeah. And again, like, it makes sense when it benefits you rather than when it totally screws you.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say one more thing about placement. So I know quite a few of you guys are newer. Those of you on Jerica's team, placement is an incredible thing. But again, I didn't understand placement because my uplines didn't understand placement. I think I might understand it the most in our team. And it is absolutely beautiful. However, it can be dangerous, because especially on a new growing team, you will have, even as much as you try to make sure that you're bringing in people who want to do the business, there are so many people come from these companies where it's just like sign people up, that it's inevitable that some of those people are going to come in and not do the business. You know, they think that they're signing up for a discount. And so you really want to see what people are going to do before you start moving people, because you don't want to put fake volume under anybody. So, you know, there's that 500 points when they sign with the XM, and that can potentially help somebody. I'm not going to tell you not to move that person, but I have a couple of things that are musts if I'm going to place. One, they have to have enrolled somebody on their own. Otherwise, my placement isn't going to matter at all to them. And they have to show that they're wanting to build on the builder side, that they want to help people succeed. So that's my number one, is that they have it personally enrolled somebody. And then I have a conversation with them to say like, hey, I want to do this. I see how it can benefit your business, but I need to know like what your goals are, what your plans are, because I want to help you succeed, but I also don't want to build something under you that you can't keep up with. So, I mean, you can go ahead and make somebody a director one by placing some huge team under them. But if they're not going to be building and helping, you know, someone else or a few other people build, then you're really just putting them in a bad situation. So it's a beautiful gift, but it does require leadership on your part and foresight. So again, that's not to stress anybody out. That's why we're here. Because it's going to be a huge benefit to your business, but that's also like a lot of companies that do allow placement. It's like some of them are like 3 days. At most, I've heard of 30 days. To have that 60 days to really see how things are going to go, how people are working their businesses. You know, I'm not saying you always have to wait that 60 days to decide, but it is a beautiful thing that you can kind of make those placements in a smart way. And I also encourage you that when you place people, you can connect them with that leader if it makes sense to you. Sometimes I've placed people and I'm like, they're mine. That's my person, you know, like I want to work one-on-one with them. And like, I may introduce at some point, or sometimes they want to be in like a smaller group and that's really beneficial for them. But I don't know where I was going with that. Placement is awesome. Come ask me if you get confused and you don't know what to do. Because I've looked at some people's and I'm like, we made a mistake, man. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's not a big deal. It's really not a big deal, but we're going to learn from this. And, you know, we're going to do it differently next time. We're never going to place under somebody who hasn't built something on their own already. If somebody just wants to share and be a promoter, you're not going to build under them, because we do have to have, it's the idea of it is that I can't say, hey, sign up. I'm just going to build a huge team under you and you're going to make a bunch of money doing nothing. That's the idea of it. So, and I love that. I love that. It's part of what keeps us in integrity, right? Like a mistake would be if somebody had, you know, signed somebody up with an XM package. Maybe they signed 2 people up with an XM package. So now they have 1,500. And I have a team leader over here who just, you know, had just signed 3 people up. And I move all of that over, that person hits, say, D1. But then most of those people kind of just let their business go. Some of them, we know how this happens, you guys. This is why that conversation about like, are you here to do the business is important, because a lot of times people will sign up for any business. And if they're not really clear, and look, we all know it's simple. It's very simple here, but it's all between like, it's this, right? It's getting on these calls and it's like doing the very simple things, but sometimes it's so simple that people aren't going to go in their stories. They're not going to post something. They're not going to stay present. And so in any business, sometimes people like sign up and then they just freeze. We have so many systems in place to help people not do that, but it's just human nature. So you move a bunch of points under somebody and those people aren't going to produce. You've just given that person a promotion that they can't keep up with. And that's where the mistakes can happen. That's what you don't want to do. It's really exciting for them that first month, but then when nobody produces anything, they're like, so that's why you want to know like where the business is, how people are doing, what's going to benefit people. Yeah. And yeah, like then there's plenty of times where I look at my back office because I didn't know how to place for a long time. I was told just not to. And I look and I'm like, this could have been a really good placement. It would have been a great placement. And I didn't do it. So that's why it's important to know about, but it's also important not to be like trigger happy on placing people. And listen, nothing is like the end of the world ever. Nothing's the end of the world. Like that's one thing here where I'm like, we can fix it. Don't worry about it. But you cannot unplace somebody. That is one thing. That is the end of the world. It's the one thing. Yeah. Yeah. But Candace, the same thing, like you can look at it that way, or you can say like, look, if they want to build, they need to build. That doesn't mean they don't have to go out and get 10 new people. This business isn't recruit, you know, it's just bringing people who are solid and who want to earn, you know, even if they're just silver, man, you build a team of silvers. That's all this was that I showed you, team of silvers. They're earning, they're stoked, they're getting their products for free. You're going to have a unicorn in there. Just how it works. But there's no desperation here. You want to work with people who are excited about the business, and you don't have to be desperate because this comp plan pays beautifully. Any other questions? All right, listen, you guys, I feel like I'm getting to start this business all over again right now. Like my excitement is huge. I don't think that anybody can really grasp how great it's going to be to get to share this product. If you're not on it yet, get it. Make sure that you're connecting with people about this product coming out, because I already know so many people want the pre-order. And that's going to be amazing for your business this month. That counts for volume for you this month. That's amazing. And it's not like fake volume, because guess what? They're going to want to be on it forever and ever and ever. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm sorry that I haven't done it before today, honestly. But I think that understanding it, seeing the great benefits of it, it just helps us to want to slay it and utilize it as best as we can. Sorry, Johnny's here. Those of you who are co-hosts, I have another meeting at 10:15 about the app, which I will share with you guys, but I have brought him in on accident to a team meeting for, and he's like, whoa, hi. All right, you guys, thank you so much. If you have any other questions, let me know. All of you on Jerica's team, we're lifting her up and we're here for anything. Okay, you guys need anything, especially come end of the month. If you need me to backdate any orders or anything like that, we're here for you. Okay. Love. Hi, Johnny. Sorry, we're just ending a call right now. I'm going to stop recording.